Hello everyone, and welcome again to the Johnny Appleseed Organic Village. I'm Charles Goodin here with Shannie McCabe from Creek Heirloom Seeds. Today we're going to plant some beans, which seems like it should be pretty simple. I'm guessing that it's not actually quite so simple though, and Shannie's here to walk us through the details of what and why.
Absolutely. So, have you ever grown an heirloom bean before?
I haven't.
Well, you should. There are a lot of reasons why you should have grown beans. First of all, I know that you are a fan of protein.
It's important.
And beans are high in protein, so they're actually an excellent crop to make a really meaty, hearty dish right from your own garden. The other reason that people really like to grow heirloom beans is that this is the perfect beginner seed savers crop. It is one of the easiest crops to save your own seed on. So if you want to establish a family heirloom, a special bean that is just for your garden, this would be the best place to start.
Right on. Well, what do we need to know in order to prepare ourselves for a successful harvest?
Right, so the most important thing to consider when we're getting ready to plant our beans is timing, because beans are pretty sensitive to cold. We're gonna make sure that we go online or check our Farmer's Almanac and find out what the last average frost date in our area is. And then we're gonna even wait another week or two until the soil has reliably warmed to about 60 degrees and there's no chance of frost in the forecast. We're here in Georgia, we're well past the chance of frost now.
Yes, we've been past it for a while.
Absolutely. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait till things have warmed up, and then we're just going to plop them in the soil. Beans can either be started indoors or direct seeded. However, most of us gardeners do direct seed them just because they're really easy to direct seed.
And today we're going to do it in our simulated urban garden because we know a lot of our viewers probably don't have a giant field they can plant things in, so we want to demonstrate that this can easily be done even in a small space.
Beans are a great small garden crop, and especially the type that we're growing, it's a pole bean. We're going to grow it right up the back of our beautiful fence here, so it's not going to take but a little bit of training to get them to grow.
Awesome.
So we're spacing our beans. You can space your beans 4 to 8 inches apart. We're going to do about 4 inches apart. That way we have the option to thin them if we'd like. Beans are really excellent because, like I mentioned before, they're high in protein, but they also actually have the unique ability to take nitrogen that's unusable in the atmosphere and make it into a usable form in the soil. So beans are known to enrich the soil. So when we plant our beans, we're going to put them twice as deep as they are big, or about, for this bean size, the 1,500-year-old cave bean, we're going to put it about 1 inch deep. So we're planting them a little bit deeper than some of the seeds you might have grown, but that's because beans can shoot right up through the soil. So we're just covering them up. And now I've got them up against the back of the wall, and as they start to grow up, I'm going to give them a little help training them up the trellis, but this is a pole bean and it's going to grow right up that trellis nice and easy. Now for watering, we do use a drip system which concentrates the irrigation right where the bean has started, and we want to keep these beans well watered but not totally soggy. And once they get going, they're going to need about 1 inch of water a week, however you make that work. So we've got our beans planted up against the back wall of this bed, and beans, as far as companion planting goes, are complementary with a number of different crops. Famously, they've been grown in a Three Sisters garden along with squash and corn, but in this bed we could pair them with nasturtiums. The beans are going to grow nice and tall because this is a pole bean variety. Beans also come in the bush variety as well. But this is a pole bean variety, so they're going to make a tall wall back here. So in the foreground, we might plant some nice climbing nasturtiums to spill over. We may have a few bushy calendula here, or we could plant some chives. Those would look really, really nice in this bed. And then, like I said, traditionally, squash, corn grow really well with beans. Also, cucumbers do well when they're grown in concert with beans. So you have a number of different options.
Thank you for joining us for this video on how to start beans in the spring. I hope you enjoyed and learned a lot. I know I did. If you liked this video, hopefully you'll follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. It's Johnny Appleseed Organic on all.
And Creek Heirloom Seed on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, and then Rare Seeds on YouTube.
Like most of these videos, we're going to continue to update what we're doing throughout the season, so you'll be able to get a complete view from start to harvest. Shannie, why don't you give them an idea of what's coming up when it comes to beans?
Right, we just had episode 1 today, but if you check back with us throughout this season on Heirloom Beans 101, you're going to learn about how to train them up a trellis, you're going to learn about harvesting, you're going to learn about seed saving techniques, and you're even probably going to learn about how to eat them and cook them.
Awesome. See you guys soon.
Thanks.